Hi guys, hope everyone is doing well. Today I will be walking you through the creation of a login page. Before jumping to the code, let me show you what we will be creating. This is the login page design. When user gives invalid credential, error message will be displayed. Same goes with successful login. Here, neither the email nor the password are sent to a server to be validated. Instead, when the user clicks the sign in button, we validate the email and password using JavaScript. So now, let's move on to the code. We will start with HTML. Here, I have created a file index.html and there is one image folder which has the background image in it. We will be using Bootstrap 5, so let's go to Bootstrap page. Click on the docs. Go to starter template and just copy the code. Paste it in our HTML5. Let me just remove the unwanted line of code. Save it. Let's check in the browser. The code works. Let me change the title as login form. Next, we'll create the style.css and link it in our HTML. In CSS, let us give the background image for the body, background size, cover. The background image has appeared. Now I'll add no repeat center text to the background, and when you minimize the browser, you will see that it looks uniform, constant. If I remove that piece of code, save it, and if you check in the browser, you will see that the image gets repeated. In order to avoid that, we add that line of code. Next, we'll create the main element, and inside that we'll create the form. We'll give the ID as login form. Inside the form, we'll create the heading of the login page as sign in, and we have to create two input fields, one for the email and other for the password. We'll give the placeholder attribute. Next, let's create the button. Sign in. Type is equals to submit. ID button submit. Since we are using Bootstrap, so we don't need much line of CSS. For the main element, we'll give the width 100%, max width as 400, and we'll give some padding. In order to make it to the center, we'll give margin auto. We need to add some space on the top. We'll give padding top 7 rem. Now we'll give the class text center to the body so that everything on the form comes to the center. And to the h3 tag we'll give MB3, that is margin bottom 3, This is the class of Bootstrap. For input, we'll give form control and MB3. Same thing for password. These are the class of Bootstrap. Now we will give class to the button. Class is equals to btn primary. This will give blue color. btn large. LG. And btn block. Now we are done with the style of our page. If we click on the button, nothing happens as of now. So now let's do the functional part. We'll create the JavaScript file script.js and we'll link it in our index.html page. Script source is equals to script.js. Now let's go to Bootstrap. We'll take the alert messages. For error message, we'll take the danger. And for successful, we'll take the success message. I'll just write invalid email or password. Alert success. Successfully logged in. Now in the browser you will see that these two messages will be displayed. Let us give the ID, error message and success message. See, now we need to hide it on the page load, so I'll add the class visually hidden. This is again Bootstrap class. So now we'll be using JavaScript and we'll get all the elements by calling the method document.getElementById, passing it the ID of the element. We'll declare all the variables as constant. Constant login form. Another one for error message. Success message. And then the button. Now, next we will create an event listener for the sign in button. Here we don't want to submit the data, we only want to validate it using JavaScript. Hence, we will be using prevent default method to prevent the submission. Next, let us grab the values of email and password form fields. We will write an if and else block to execute a chunk of code if login credentials are valid and another chunk if they are invalid. For the sake of simplicity, that validation will check if the typed email is test@gmail and the password is test123. AND operator specifies we need both email and password to be equal. If the credentials are valid, then we display a success message. And if it is invalid, we will hide the success message and display the error message. Why I am not getting? Let me inspect. Go to console. Password is undefined. Okay. HTML5. Okay, the name is PWD and I have given password. Sorry, I mistake. Let us change this to PWD. Now just refresh. Check it. Okay, now we are getting. So now you have a fully functional login page created with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I think this is a great idea for the early stages of learning front-end development. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this will be helpful for you. Please let me know your feedback. And thank you so much for all the feedback you have given in my previous videos. Keep supporting. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.